In part 2, we're going to be looking at the stuff function, and this time we're going to be looking at with a little bit longer sentence and how we're going to use stuff within stuff. So just to start out, just in terms of the parameters that we're going to specify in this function, when length is 1 or I should say greater than 0, we're going to replace with, if it's 0, then we're going to add to the statement. So we have the statement, we have the start of where we're going to either add or replace, we have the length of where we're going to replace unless it's 0, in which case we're going to add, and then of course finally we have the replace with. And this next example, of course, is going to be replacing. However, just as a reminder that if length was 0, for instance, and in this case I wanted to add this, I specified 0, what this would do is it would be definite article lowercase t, and then there would be a capital T, so it would look kind of weird. But just as a case in point, when we do the length of 0, what that means is we're going to be adding to it. We're not going to be replacing. So we see that we have a sentence called the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dogs. This is with adjectives. And what we want to do is we want to remove 3 adjectives. Okay. And so what we see is since quick and brown are together, there's no and that separates them. So this must be American English. Therefore, what we can do is we can actually remove the quick and brown together. We don't have to remove them separately. You'll notice that I specified stuff with stuff. We'll see that in a second. So the 5th position is where quick starts. So quick brown. And we see there's a length of 11, and it's pretty intuitive because quick is 5 letters long, brown is 5 letters long, and there's a space there. Keep in mind, in this case, we do want the spaces on each side. Okay, so we wouldn't want that to start at 4 and be, 13 long. So we want it to be 5 and 11, and we see that we replace it with this adjective here. I do realize I should have done adjective, but oh well, it is what it is. So that subtracts 2 adjectives. So now we have the adjective fox jumped over the lazy dogs. Of course, we still have the lazy part, so we have to get rid of. So we see that we can specify stuff on top of stuff, right? So this is the inner stuff where we replaced the quick and brown right here, and now we're applying it as well. So we're applying this and of course the expression stuff. And then we're going all the way to the 31th, and we see lazy is 4 characters long, so there's a length of 4, and we're of course replacing it with adjectives, and we see the adjective fox jumped over the adjective dogs, and so that subtracts the 3rd adjective. Okay, so just like with many of our other functions, for instance, when we looked at if statements within if statements within if statements, same thing with case wins within case wins within case wins, we can also use stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff. And keep in mind, if we didn't want to replace, let's say we wanted to add stuff to stuff, then we could simply specify the length of 0.